Greetings from Olympia, where legislators and some of their favorite bills face a big deadline on Friday. Non-budget related policy items have to pass out of committee by then, otherwise they're considered dead. So there's a lot of work happening on bills that deal with things like traffic safety. Tomorrow there will be a committee vote on a bill to limit when police can pull drivers over. Broken taillights or recently expired tabs would not get you stopped. Under the proposal, the only times drivers could be pulled over for non-moving violations, safety belt violations, having no license plate or one that doesn't match, car tabs that are more than a year expired, and when a car's equipment poses a danger. Police do not like this bill. Another idea that is not very popular, charging drivers for every mile they drive. The state's been relying on a gas tax for a long time, and there are folks here who say it's time for something new. For more than 100 years, gas taxes have fueled Washington road projects. But as cars get more fuel efficient or fuel free, the gas tax is not as reliable as it used to be.
I would say it's now, with all the studies that have been done, it's time to move forward and get started.
Representative Jake Fye heads up the House Transportation Committee. He says without changing the system, the state won't be able to keep up with road repairs or new projects. Under his road usage charge proposal, drivers would pay 2.6 cents for every mile they drive and would come in phases. Under Phase 1, starting in 2027, electric vehicle and hybrid drivers could opt in. In exchange, their registration fees would be waived. Phase 2 in 2029 would make it mandatory for those drivers and voluntary for owners of cars that get better than 20 miles per gallon. Phase 3 in 2031 would make it mandatory for all 20-plus MPH vehicles, and eventually all cars would be included. Fye says drivers would be credited for any gas taxes paid.
If we don't begin this, I think we can have the strong likelihood is that we're going to continue the pattern that we've been in with having shortfalls even more frequently in our transportation funding.
It's going to be a heavy lift.
Republican Representative Andrew Barkas would prefer the state look for efficiencies and other funding sources, like the Climate Commitment Act, before changing to a brand new system.
I imagine you have to take the leap at some point, but if you read the bill, it's a long time to implement this and a voluntary system and how they're going to do the crediting back against the gas. It's complicated. So I know that from our side of the aisle, there's a lot of opposition to this for a myriad of reasons.
Legislators from both parties have concerns about the logistics that would be involved to get this new program up and running. Let's talk about traffic safety now. This past week, we got to see the result of a bill that did have support from Democrats and Republicans. Not many people have to worry about cars crashing into their workplaces.
It definitely will take your breath away and make you have to reground yourself.
After 16 years working in Department of Transportation construction zones, Sherry Knowles says she's lost count of all the close calls.
The scanning LiDAR puts a blanket of 158 lasers across the roadway.
State lawmakers say help is on the way.
We'll zoom back out so you can see the entire image.
Later this winter, cameras will start snapping photos of those speeding through work zones. Before any citation is mailed out, a state trooper will view the photos to confirm license plate information. The first offense is a warning, no fine, but additional offenses will cost drivers $248. It won't be reported to insurance companies, though.
And it is crazy out there, right? It is crazy out there.
Republicans and Democrats passed the law unanimously in 2023 as an attempt to slow drivers down and to curb the state's growing fatality numbers. Those who represent the road workers say the added protection is overdue.
Our people that are out there working, they're standing behind orange barrels. They have safety glasses on, a hard hat, and reflective gear. They're not wrapped in a car, 6,000, 8,000 pounds.
I really hope people see it as a reminder, as, there's something happening in front of me. I need to slow down and what's happening.
Sherry Knowles says her job is rewarding and hopes with a little more supervision, it'll be safer, preventing those close calls.
And as they look up at you and make eye contact and they freeze, and that freeze is what scares me, because if they had just noticed, if something had caught their attention, that's what I'm hoping these will do.
The number of cameras could increase in coming years, but legislators say they want to see how these first 6 work out. Some other traffic-related safety bills that are making some news here at the legislature this year: a bill that would increase the mandatory age for driver's ed from 18 to 25. And of course, there's that ongoing discussion of lowering the threshold to determine when a driver has had too much to drive. We're about the 1/3 point in this legislative session. Things will start heating up. To see our past in-session reports, if you want to catch up, we also have extended interviews and segments. You can check out our coverage on our free streaming app, King 5 Plus.